We're going to be taking a look at Psalm 141
Okay.
from the New Living Translation of the Bible.
Okay.
Calling this a deep dive into this prayer. It's attributed to King David.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we really want to do today is just kind of unpack some of the core ideas here in these verses and see what they might spark for you, our listener. And I think right away, right off the bat in verses 1 and 2, and I know you've studied this psalm pretty extensively, but right away we see this sense of urgency.
Absolutely. Yeah. David doesn't, he's not messing around. He needs help.
Yeah.
He wants God's attention right now. He says, "Oh Lord, I'm calling to you. Please hurry. Listen when I cry to you for help." That's not just a, "Hey God, if you have a minute." This is a desperate plea.
Right. It's not like a polite, when you get a chance. This is like, I need you now.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes even deeper than that when you look at the imagery he uses. He compares his prayer to incense rising and his hands lifted up like the evening offering.
Right.
The evening offering was a huge deal in ancient worship. It was a daily ritual, and the incense, it symbolized prayers ascending to God.
Right.
So he's basically saying, God, I want my prayer to be just as important, just as accepted as that offering.
Yeah, it's like he's really elevating his prayer to that level.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then when we move into verses 3 and 4, I find it really interesting how the focus shifts. It becomes more internal. It's more about David's own control over his words and actions.
Yeah. He's asking for help with self-control. He says, God, take control of what I say, guard my lips.
Right. And that really makes me think about how easily, our words can lead us down the wrong path. I mean, it's we all know how quickly things can go wrong when we say the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah. And he goes on to say he wants to avoid even the slightest inclination toward evil.
Yeah.
He refuses to, and this is interesting, to partake in the delicacies of those who do wrong.
Right, the delicacies. What do you make of that? I mean, what are those delicacies?
Well, it could be those tempting shortcuts we all face. The compromises that seem appealing at the moment, that maybe offer some sort of immediate gain, but could ultimately lead us astray.
Right. It's like those things that look really good at first, but deep down they're probably not the best thing for you.
Exactly, the things that are going to hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, and then there's this really surprising turn in verse 5. Kind of jumps out at you. He says, "Let the godly strike me; it will be a kindness."
Yeah, that's a powerful statement. It really makes you stop and think. He's welcoming correction, even if it's painful.
Yeah.
He compares it to soothing medicine.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like he's saying, I'd rather have the truth, even if it hurts, than to keep going down a path that's wrong.
Yeah. And it's also interesting to contrast this with his prayer against the wicked in the previous verses. He's willing to accept correction from the godly, but he's also praying for justice against those who are deliberately doing evil.
Right. And it makes you think, could this willingness to be corrected, could it also point to the importance of having, people in your life who can hold you accountable, who can, speak truth into your life, even when it's tough to hear.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point. It's about surrounding yourself with people you trust.
Right.
People who will challenge you and help you grow.
Yeah. And then verses 6 and 7, they paint this really stark picture of the wicked's their downfall. We see leaders being thrown down from a cliff, and it's like finally validating David's words.
Yeah, there's a sense of justice being served, the truth coming to light.
Right.
And the image of their bones scattered like something a plow has overturned. And then there's that reference to Sheol.
Right.
Which in Hebrew, it hints at the finality of death.
Right.
It's a very powerful way to depict the ultimate consequences of their actions.
Yeah. And then we shift gears again. We move into verses 8 through 10, and we see this complete dependence on God. David says, "I look to you for help, O sovereign Lord. You are my refuge. Don't let them kill me." I mean, he's really putting all his trust in God for protection.
Absolutely. He's completely reliant on God as his only source of safety from the traps and the snares of those who are out to get him.
Yeah. And then there's that final plea in verse 10. He wants the wicked to fall into their own traps while he escapes. I mean, there's a real sense of divine justice there.
Yeah, he's leaving it in God's hands to sort it all out.
Right, right. So, we started this deep dive with this urgent cry for help, and we moved through this desire for self-control, the acceptance of correction from, those who are godly. We saw the fate of the wicked, and ultimately, this firm reliance on God for protection. It's a pretty amazing journey packed into this short song.
It really is. It's a song that speaks to so many different aspects of the human experience, the struggles, the hopes, the fears, and ultimately the need for something greater than ourselves to guide us and protect us.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think, for our listener, as you reflect on this Psalm 141, which of these elements, this urgency in prayer, this discipline of self-control, this openness to correction, or this trust in a greater power, which of those resonates most deeply with what you're navigating in your own life right now?
That's a good question to consider. What speaks to you the most in this moment?
Yeah. And with that, we're gonna wrap up this deep dive. But thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.